What's up, guys? I'm doing a Darkheart Thicket Mythic +3, and we're just getting started here, so we'll see how it goes. I didn't check anybody's gear, so anything could happen. I'm going to throw out a stun here and spread some flame shock. Interrupt, and it looks like two of us got it anyway. And a chain. Doing things differently. I'm not using Lightning Rod or Ice Fury. I'm using Ascension. I'm also using Path of the Flame to spread my flame shocks. And this is the first time I've done a Mythic Plus with those talents, so we'll see how it goes. Biggest issue I see having is that the Path of Flame area for spreading flame shocks is really small. So if the guys you're lava bolting or lava bursting aren't really close together, often the dots won't spread. And my AoE DPS is definitely lower, but I don't know if that's because it's probably just because I'm not using Chain Lightning. I really should be Chain Lightning when it's 3 mobs, and counting on just using Lava Burst when it procs. See, like that. So I'll do now that it's proccing, I'll use it. I also haven't used Stormkeeper, and I usually do. So that could be the reason why my DPS is low for AoE. One thing for sure is that my single target DPS should be higher because I'm using Ascension. I want to say though, this is kind of it's more of a raid build than anything. So I won't be surprised if I go back to Lightning Rod or Ice Fury, but probably Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod has been, the higher in Mythic Plus I go, the more Lightning Rod becomes beneficial, because you spend a lot of time AoEing, especially when the mobs take longer to die. There's also more adds. Like these little guys here, it's nice to have just, you know, lots of Chain Lightning. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna Lust, get my Fire Elemental out there, and just start blowing them away with Lava Bursts. As many as I can. Also Earth Shocking when it pops, which is usually once or twice when doing this build. I'm going to do it early. It's higher than 92, so that's all that matters. Earth Shock that ad. I'm going to Astral Shift just so I can not get away with not moving. Yeah, 38, 380,000. So here we go into ads. Let me get off some Chain Lightnings. See, this is the part where Path of Flame doesn't work too well because they're all spread apart. I was able to spread it once, but it's not significant. Could have just worked an extra flame shock into my rotation. So hopefully they'll get grouped up here. So it spread 3 times that time. So now I'll go into Chain Lightning, and I'll use Lava Burst when it procs, along with Earth Shock, of course. This Keeper's gotta go down. Work on that Druid. I like this build though because it's really fun getting lava procs. I mean, it's probably the most fun part of the class is getting lava procs, instant casting it. So I'm gonna start off with Chain Lightning, but I'm gonna dot with Flame and then spread my Flame Shocks. And well, normally I'd use my Lava Burst only when it procs, but that Druid jumped away, so might as well just use it, take her out. At some point we should be pulling Keepers. I don't know what we're waiting for. There we go. So I don't think my shocks spread at all. Let's try again. There, it's spread a couple times. Earth Shock. Lava Bolt. And get a Lava Shock off and go back to Lava Bolts. Lava Bursts. So many Bolts, Burst, Shocks, Flame, Frost. So many elements, man, and every variation of each element is hard to keep track of it. I swear I know what I'm talking about, even if it doesn't sound like it. Seriously. So Flame, then I'll spread it. Then I'm gonna go to Chain and count on my lava procs if I ever get one. Flame Shock is real hit and miss. It'd be fun to see what happens in like Halls of Valor when you get a big pulls, and a lot of those guys stack up pretty well. So do Flame Shock. See there, I can't spread it, so I'm gonna get myself set up with the Elemental Blast. Let's see how many guys it spreads on this time. Only went to like one other guy. I'm gonna use my Stormkeeper, Earth Shock, and since there's 2 guys, I'll use Lava Burst. And I feel like we missed one. I guess we did. Seems like there's usually more. Oh, probably because we're not teaming. After doing like a Mythic +5 or +6, these lower Mythics feel really easy. So get as many Lava Bursts as I can. And it's over with now, so go back to my usual rotation. Some Earth Shock. There's a Lava proc. And my Stormkeeper's up. Easy on ads, just kind of dumb. Those ads don't really matter. So I'm getting 380,000 DPS pretty consistently on the boss, which, you know, that's kind of cool. And I went ahead and pulled this ad ahead of the tank, so I hope he doesn't get mad. I don't know why I was just sitting there though. I wanted to DPS something that mattered, not 3 globs. These gotta go down though. If you don't get down fast enough, they morph. Had that happen in Mythic Plus 5 last night. We didn't wipe or anything, but it was kind of drag because, you know, you kill everything and then a mob spawns into a big one right before it dies, and it's like you gotta start all over. It just adds a lot of time to it. And we'll skip around this. What is he, like a Blood Fury? Yeah, Blood Tainted Fury. It's a nice trick if you can pull it off. Generally somebody isn't paying attention and just stands there. I did a Darkheart Thicket 5 last night before bed, and I died on this boss, and we died throughout the whole instance. Granted, we were carrying a DPS that was doing under 100,000, but the tank on this kept running around. He was like running everywhere, and the boss was just rotating and spinning, and so he did a breath, and it blasted me, and I died. And then at the beginning, I died, well, we all died, like 3 or 4 times. It was terrible, because somebody pulled this other group, and then when we rezzed, we all still had aggro, so ran back, died, ran back, died. It was terrible. But we ended up beating the timer, and we still got a chest. I think I got gold for that, but no, I think I actually got a piece of loot, but it's pretty rare that I actually get a piece of loot that I can use now. There's that corrupted breath. These dungeons are so easy. It can be frustrating or just disappointing when somebody messes up just being silly, like being a tank that's all skitterish and spinning the boss around in circles for no apparent reason. I mean, I've tanked this on a druid, and for the most part, you don't ever have to move. You can, for the bosses, you can stand in one place except for maybe one ability. On the first boss, he does a rush, and he'll hit you for a lot of damage if he hits you, but you just move to this side, maybe 3 yards. It's pretty simple. On the Oakheart, you can pretty much stand in the same place. I don't even think he casts that binding root or whatever it is on you if you're a tank. So getting lots of lava procs to finish that guy off. On the dragon, you can move and avoid the breath, but if you move while he's casting the breath, he won't spin around. And you only have to move, other than the breath, which is optional, is to get out of that. It's like ground breaking or breaking ground, the thing that falls from the sky. It looks pretty terrible. And I'm gonna use my Stormkeeper. I'll knock these guys out as quickly as possible. I didn't spread very many flame shocks this time. It's kind of sad. And on the last boss, if you're a tank, you only have to move if somebody gets paranoia and is insistent on standing near you, or if there's like one of those pink circle spinny things falls from the sky. But you barely have to move. You just step to the side. It's really easy. So are we lusting right now? Oh, somebody used a drums. That was confusing. kind of delayed my rotation because I was looking at my bar to lust, and I was like, wait a second, I already got a lust. 10-minute debuff. I guess that's cool, I guess, you know, if somebody wants to use the drums, sure. I think they're only 100 gold, so they can't be that expensive to make. Yeah, I made it to the top of the DPS charts. I'm sure that means something. I'm gonna use Astral Shift so I can just eat these things falling from the sky. Tainted Deadeye, what was that? So we got 3 chests. Level 3, 3 chests. Pretty easy. Got an 850 ring, and I don't need it. Some lingering soul fragments. And some gold. Well, that was a run, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.